Live from KSAT 12. Good Morning San Antonio starts right now.
And good morning to you. It is Thursday. It is November 9th.
We're going to check with Justin in just a minute, but first, a deadly shooting downtown.
Yes, it is late breaking news. A man is dead this morning after being shot in the downtown area this morning.
This happened at Bonham and McCullough across the street near I-37.
Sarah Costa is live at the scene where investigators are still working that area. Sarah?
Good morning, Mark and Steph. They've been here for a couple hours at this point, trying to figure out exactly what happened. That man who was shot and killed, unfortunately, still here on scene. We are waiting for the medical examiner to show up, and that man dying from a single gunshot wound to his head. Police are still looking for who was responsible, so let's take a look at some video from earlier this morning. Here's what we know. Police were called out for a shooting at 6:30 this morning. When they arrived, they found a man who they believe was in his 30s, dead in the street with a single gunshot to his head. SAPD spoke with a witness who told them the victim was arguing with two other men. That argument turned physical when at least one of the suspects pulled out a gun and shot the man. By the time police arrived, the suspects had taken off. Police say both of those men appear to be in their 30s as well. Now, we've been seeing SAPD talk to one of the employees and working with CAM Ministries across the street to gather more information on the victim, because police say they believe that victim appeared to be homeless. Live from downtown, I'm Sarah Costa, KSAT 12 News. Mark, Steph.
Sarah, thank you.
Now let's go ahead and check back with Justin. Things should be changing pretty soon.
Yeah, we're starting to see that cold front work its way into the hill country. That does bring about some changes today. And the radar, pretty active this morning. We've got some showers working their way through the western parts of the viewing area, and this will work its way towards San Antonio. So we're going to see some rain throughout the afternoon and into this evening. Know that will affect the evening commute. Could affect some Thursday night football games. It's going to be fairly damp. Not seeing a lot right now. Just some light drizzle out there in cloudy skies. A few light showers across our eastern counties as well. And then the more steady rain out towards Lakey, Conacan, and Rock Springs this morning. That front somewhere upward here across the hill country, again, making some headway off to the south. And we think it'll be to San Antonio between 11 a.m. and 2 p.m. Know that it will bring some gusty winds with it. We'll start to see some gusts close to 30 miles per hour, more so this evening and tonight. Not a big cool down, but we'll see temperatures drop into the 60s and that good chance of rain. 60% this afternoon with better chances tonight. And we're not done with the rain chances yet. There are more on the way as we get into Sunday and Monday. More on that forecast in just a bit. Let's get over to Stephen now. There are some wet roadways out there. Is that affecting traffic?
It's tough to say, Justin, and where did I say that? Because our TransGuide cameras really don't show a lot out there. Roads here look a little dry, but I'm going to keep a close eye on things throughout the morning, and of course, stay with KSAT as we bring you the latest on the roadways. But right now, 281 at Stone Oak Parkway. No major issues to report, which is great as you get the morning commute rolling. And if you are heading out along US 90 eastbound, just be careful, because we do at least have one crash reported along 90 eastbound at Couples Road. It is not causing issues along 90, but just again, watch out closely. Another crash also reported not too far from there at 410 southbound at US 90. Again, not causing any issues, but I'm going to keep a close eye on those spots. One more for you as we take a drive up here to I-10 eastbound at Lock and Terra Parkway. Keep this in mind. There are a few closures out there as well due to the 1604 North expansion project. Wider view of the map does show we still have a little bit of the congestion that is lingering around town. I'll watch things closely, and I'll have another update if need be coming up a little bit later on. Guys.
Thank you, Stephen.
Let's look at today's 9 at 9. A lot of fireworks last night during the third presidential debate. The 5 qualifying candidates debated over issues like the war between Israel and Hamas and abortion rights. Former President Donald Trump deciding once again to skip the debate and held his own event about a half hour away. However, his strategy doesn't seem to be hurting him in the polls, where he leads everyone who did participate in the debate last night.
A new U.S. airstrike targeting Iran-backed fighters in the Middle East. On the same day, a U.S. drone was shot down in the region. Iran-backed militants across the region have warned of a widening conflict due to U.S. support for Israel's war on Hamas. Meanwhile, sources say Israel is considering a proposal from Egypt and Qatar for a humanitarian pause in exchange for the release of dozens of hostages held by Hamas.
A tentative deal is reached between actors and major film and television studios, ending the strike that hit the entertainment industry. In a statement, union officials said the tentative agreement will, quote, enable SAG-AFTRA members from every category to build sustainable careers, end quote. Although some are already celebrating the end of the strike, the tentative deal still needs to be ratified before it becomes official.
Interest rates are down. They plummeted last week by the most in nearly 16 months. A rally in the Treasury market driving down benchmark yields used to set home loan costs. 30-year fixed-rate mortgages down a quarter point to about 7.6%. But would-be buyers are still waiting on the sidelines. Purchase applications are up, but still 20% below where they were a year ago.
Americans are piling up record credit card balances. That number hit more than $1 trillion during the third quarter, leaping by a record $154 billion from the year before. That is the largest year-over-year increase since data tracking began in 1999. The latest data also shows that the rate of households becoming delinquent on their credit cards was the highest since the end of 2011.
Amazon is planning primary healthcare discounts for Prime members. The tech giant offering a low-cost yearly membership to One Medical, $9 a month or $99 a year. It includes some virtual care services and in-person visits at clinics across the country, requiring extra payments. Prime members currently pay $139 a year for perks like free shipping and video streaming.
Strep throat is on the rise in the U.S. as antibiotics continue to face a shortage. Data shows that strep cases started increasing in August, largely in children between the ages of 4 and 12. The most common antibiotic to treat the infection is amoxicillin. However, its powder form has been in shortage since October of last year. Capsule and tablet forms are on the shortage list. However, experts say they are not suitable for some children.
Google is cracking down. The company says it will permanently delete millions of Gmail, Drive, and Photos accounts that have been inactive for at least 2 years. Google says the purge is aimed at protecting users from security threats like phishing and hijacking.
With Thanksgiving coming up, the cost could determine whether to go out for dinner or eat in. Turkeys are cheaper and more plentiful compared to last November. However, overall food costs are still high, especially side dishes like potatoes, canned cranberries, green beans, and booze. But dining out is also more expensive, meaning 2023 could be the year to cook at home. And that's today's 9 at 9.
Community Morning headlines, the latest on the chemical plant explosion and the defense ready to present their case in the fraud trial of the Donald Trump Organization.
A pill to help women deal with postpartum depression may not do women much good because of the price. And one of the sexiest men alive named Jack. Well, David Sears is here to tell us all of our morning headlines.
Yeah, it wasn't David, it was Jack. So I don't know what
year,
happened.
David.
I don't know
Next
what
year.
happened there.
Call goals, buddy.
But think about all the people you know named Jack.
Yeah.
Right? And that's your hint for this story. All right. It looks ominous, and it was pretty ominous. That's that fire and thick black smoke from that chemical plant just outside of Houston and Shepherd. The good news, last night, the 1 mile radius shelter in place was lifted. Only one employee injured. He suffered burns to his neck and face. A nearby private school had to be evacuated. Fortunately, crews got a hold of an adjacent landowner, and he opened several gates so vehicles could just get those kids and the administrators to safety. A preliminary report says a forklift driver noticed chemicals leaking from a container. He lifted that container, noticed flames, and all of a sudden, ignition and a huge fire and all that thick black smoke. The driver was the only person injured. There were 19 employees on the site at the time. The plant produces chemicals for products that you find in your cabinets for everyday use. Several different agencies made it to the scene. TCEQ continuing to monitor the air around the plant, and the investigation into the explosion and fire is just getting started. The daughter of former President Donald Trump, Ivanka Trump, was on the stand yesterday, called by the prosecution to testify in the Trump family fraud case. She was just a witness, not being accused of any wrongdoing. However, she was treated by the prosecution lawyers as if she was guilty. She was on the stand getting grilled for 3 hours. She denied being involved in the financial statements. The Attorney General, Letitia James of New York, suing the Trump Organization for $250 million and does not want them to be able to do business in New York anymore. Before the trial started, the judge already decided there was fraud. Today, Trump's lawyers will present their defense, starting with motions to dismiss. One of the major problems when a new drug is approved by the FDA, whether or not the ones who need it can afford it. Take the pill that was designed to help women with postpartum depression. It's called Zurzuvae. The great thing about the drug, it's quick. It can help women who have just given birth and are suffering from post-birth depression in just about 3 days. The bad news, it costs $16,000 for a 14-day supply, and there's a question as to whether or not insurance will cover the cost. There's another version, but it has to be given in the hospital over 60 hours and costs $35,000. Obviously, women's health care advocates very concerned about that price. All right, you recognize that face? Sure you do. The big round head and the hat. That's Jack from Jack in the Box. And look right up here. Sexiest man alive in 2023. Yep, People magazine got a petition and got started by change.org. Thousands of signatures to have Jack named the sexiest man alive. He didn't get that or the cover, but he did make it into the magazine as the sexiest Jack, the real sexiest man right there. That's, of course, Patrick Dempsey, famous for playing Dr. Derek Shepherd on Grey's Anatomy. He's 57 years old.
Oh, wow.
Looking pretty good. He's in an upcoming movie, Ferrari. He was also in Bridget Jones' Baby. I think that was before Grey's Anatomy, and then Grey's Anatomy put him on the map.
Yeah.
Or on posters all over bedrooms across the country, probably.
He's right over your shoulder.
Yeah.
Is he?
Yeah. And in that movie,
he
Can't
looking?
Buy Me Love.
See, look at, well, see, I look more like
the
Jack.
80s.
Probably. Patrick Dempsey.
Well, Jack, I mean, has that nice skin regimen.
Yeah, he
going.
does.
I mean, he hasn't aged in years.
Yeah, you would notice that, wouldn't you?
Yeah, of course.
Amazing complexion. Thank you, David Sears. Right now, 909, 73 degrees.
And here's a look at what's coming up next on GMSA at 9.
San Antonio College, that supports thousands of veterans and military members and their families, is being honored today. The different services that is changing lives, coming up next.
The weather is changing as we speak. Outside with live cam, you can kind of see something starting to brew out there ahead of the front.
Yeah, we got cloud cover. It just feels like we got some changes on the way, and it certainly happens today. We're timing out that front. Looks like it'll be here midday, then we'll start to see some of the changes. Now, I'll tell you, it's not going to be a big cool down, okay? We're more focused on the rain and wind with this particular front. So let's start with the radar and show you where the rain is right now. We've got some heavier pockets of rain up around Rock Springs and parts of Real County. That's all shifting off to the north and east at the moment. Not much around San Antonio at this hour, but I do think that changes as we head into the afternoon, and especially this evening and tonight, you'll see rain chances pick up. Most of it's going to be light rain, basically what we're seeing on the map right now. Medina down the Concan, seeing some of those light showers. And this will work its way up towards Kerrville. You're already starting to see a few sprinkles here and there, but you'll see a little bit more as the morning wears on. And then I don't want to leave out our eastern counties. We are seeing some spotty showers here. Gonzales, Cuero, over to Hallettsville this morning. Those are all lifting off to the north and east. And there's more rain north of this front. So a lot of the rain really is behind the actual boundary. And as we look at the big picture here, I mentioned that this is not going to bring a big cool down. I mean, you look at the numbers. It's 36 in Denver, 46 in Albuquerque, but that's not bitter cold air. And as we look across Texas, 58 in San Angelo, so it has cooled down there. And we'll see temperatures slip into the 60s, but it's not going to be, where you have to break out the big jackets. We're also going to watch for the winds. So far, winds have not been terribly strong with this front, but they'll pick up behind the front too. So we're starting to see some gusts close to 30 up around Lubbock and Wichita Falls. So as we head into tonight, you're going to start to see some gusts close to 30 miles per hour. And that'll be the case tomorrow morning too. And that's when it will feel somewhat cooler probably by Friday morning. Here's how we think it times out today. Now, between now and really towards the end of the show, that cold front will make its way through the hill country, and then here to San Antonio sometime around midday, and then exiting our southeastern counties by dinner time. Look for temperatures to go from the 70s to the 60s, and we'll up our rain chances to 60% by the afternoon. Here it is with a computer model. This is 1 o'clock. There's the front coming through. Maybe a couple thunderstorms out ahead of this too, by the way. We'll watch for that, but nothing severe. And then behind the front, you see the rain kind of just fill in. 3, 5 o'clock dinner time, some light rain coming down, and then we'll continue to see that into tonight with some energy coming through. Showers stay in the forecast through about tomorrow morning. Now, I still think we could see some wet roads for the morning commute, but a lot of this will start to clear out, and then we'll just be left with cloudy skies on Friday. Cloudy, breezy, and cooler. You do want to dress warmer tomorrow's temperatures, potentially only warming to around 60 or so. Rain chances today, 50% at 1 o'clock, 70 degrees, and you'll see the temperatures fall off. Yeah, there could be a few lightning strikes and some rumbles of thunder mixed in there too. 64 at 4 p.m., 60% chance of rain. around dinner time, 60% with temperatures falling into the low 60s, and then eventually upper 50s overnight with good rain chances. Rainfall totals probably around a half an inch, maybe up to an inch in a few spots. Won't be huge, but the rain's a good thing. And for the games tonight, yeah, there will be some rain around, and it could be gusty from time to time. Keep that in mind if you're heading out to some of those Thursday night playoff games. Meantime, long-term forecast. This system moves away. We get another one that digs south. This kind of sits to our south and west as we get into Sunday and Monday. I think this brings more rain chances into play. And so as we look at the extended forecast with rain chances, Sunday into Monday, we bring them back up, especially on Monday with some light rain possible. So here it is in the 7-day forecast. 60 tomorrow, 20% chance of rain for Veterans Day, 61, 63 Sunday. A lot of clouds over the weekend. We'll see rain try to kick back in late Sunday, and then that good chance or decent chance on Monday, keeping things cool. It's not going to be until Tuesday into Wednesday that temperatures warm up.
Thank you, Justin. San Antonio College estimates it has one of the largest veteran and active duty military populations, serving about 3,000 each semester.
This morning, the college is honoring military veterans for their service to the nation ahead of Veterans Day on Saturday. And Tiffany Huertas joins us live from the event. Good morning, Tiffany.
Good morning. The event is taking place here at SAC Victory Center. Here at the college, they provide so many different services. You can just see some of them here: academic advising, education benefit certification, VA disability claims assistance. We can go on, but this morning, they're so excited. A lot of different guests, and this morning we have Tim Pear, Interim Director of San Antonio College Office of Veterans Affairs, and Lisa Benavidez, one of the students. Good morning to both of you. Tim, we'll start with you. Tell me about the school itself and this program that's being honored this morning.
Okay, good morning. Here at San Antonio College, this is the Victory Center where we provide services to all active duty military, all dependents of the active duty. We provide services to all of our veterans and their families. And we have a lot of different services, and we really want to support our veterans here. So we offer student counseling with them to make sure that they're in the right degree plan. We make sure that they're using the correct benefit, or we help them process their benefits. Each chapter benefit, we support the student in doing that process to the VA so they can claim their education benefit. So we provide all those services. We have a Birdwell Foundation that comes here and works with our veterans that might need support in other areas. And we also have the VA that works with us, the Vital Alert, a counseling group that comes in and works with our students when they need that as well. But as a college as a whole, we love our veterans. We support them, and we have a little over 2,200 veterans here and their families at San Antonio College now. So,
and one of the students here is Lisa, that is getting one of these services as well. Tell me a little bit about how this is changing your life.
Well, I am a student, prior military. I am a vet here at San Antonio College. I'm older in age, so when I came back, it was harder for me. So when I came back, all the advisors and the staff were amazing, step by step, what benefit I was going to use, how I was going to use it. And I think when it came, it was paper. Now it's everything's online. So now I work here as well, and I help my fellow veterans and their dependents do what I need to do. So.
Maybe for others that are thinking about coming back to school and joining this program, what would you tell them?
Come by and see me. My name is Lisa. I work at the Victory Center. I will get you squared away to get what you needed for educational benefits.
Love that. Thank you so much to both of you. I'm going to stick around and chat a little bit more, so don't go anywhere. We're going to bring you more coming up on the noon show. What an exciting event, and congratulations to the school. What a great honor. We'll send it back to you.
Yes, congrats. Thank you, Tiffany.
920, 73 degrees.
Animal Care Services is adding to their team. What this means for the city of San Antonio and all the animals out on the streets, coming up next.
Affordable housing could be possible with the help of a new program by Opportunity Home. After the break, more about the program and how it helps those in the market for a new home. Beginning today, San Antonio's Animal Care Services has 16 more officers ready to answer calls across the city. This was the largest graduating class for the ACS Cadet Training Program and the first of its kind here in Texas. The increase in hires comes in the wake of a push by City Council to increase support and speed up calls for service times for the department. Last year, ACS had 87,000 calls for service. This year, that went up to 95,000. The additional officers brings the total number of ACF's officers on the streets to 46, plus 35 first responders and 11 investigators. The ACS director says the salary increase and paid apprenticeship is boosting recruiting.
And it's going to provide us an immense amount of capability. And these were the positions, again, that we were able to obtain in the mid-year to kind of start building up in preparation for FY24. So we're ahead of the game because City Council gave us that capability. And now we're getting ready to start recruiting for our next class.
The next training program starts in a few weeks. You can find the link to apply on KSAT.com.
The search for affordable housing in our area has been an ongoing struggle, but there is some help. So Opportunity Home is accepting applications for its Housing Choice Vouchers program. It is designed to help low-income families, the elderly, and those with disabilities. Applicants must meet federal income requirements based on their family size. A single person could qualify with a maximum income of $49,150, while a family of 4 could be eligible with a maximum income of just over $70,000. And the demand for assistance is out there.
If you've seen the housing plan for the city of San Antonio and Bexar County recently, 95,000 households are facing the challenge of finding affordable housing options.
The deadline to apply is the end of the day next Wednesday. That is November 15th. We have additional information on how to apply on our website at KSAT.com.
9:25. There's a lot more ahead on GMSA at 9.
Including a rate increase at CPS could be coming soon, what it would cost you, and when to expect it if it does happen.
And still ahead, a recap and lowlights from the Spurs game last night. David and RJ will be in studio to break it all down.
And as we head to break, a quick check of the roads with TransGuide. Looking over there at Loop 410, things look good in this area. I didn't see too many problems on the roadways here at Ray Ellison Boulevard either. We'll be right back.
CPS Energy wants to raise its rates for the second time in 2 years and not for the last time either.
The city-owned gas and electric utility company laid out its proposal to its own trustees and the city council yesterday. City Hall reporter Garrett Berringer tells us how much it could cost you.
No one expects it to be a popular idea.
You just raised our rates in the middle of a pandemic.
But CPS Energy is pushing ahead, pitching a 4.25% increase in its base rates. And it says would cost the average residential customer an extra $445 a month. It's looking at least one more rate increase in 2026 as well. And CPS plans to have at least a conversation about possible increases every 2 years through 2030.
If we take our foot off the gas for a second on the transition that is ahead of us, we're going to get behind and we won't catch up.
CPS estimates its current request will bring in $85 million more a year, which it says will be spent on making its system more reliable and resilient, upgrading technology, keeping up with growth, and preparing for a wave of upcoming retirements. We asked the utility CEO, what if they don't raise rates? He says things the community says it wants, possibly even including moving away from coal, could be delayed.
I don't know that that would be my first option, but certainly I got to look at the totality of the generation plan and decide what I can afford to do. But if we don't have the resources we need, I might as well take Vision 27 and throw it in the trash can, because a plan without resources isn't a plan.
The CPS board and San Antonio City Council passed an increase 2 years ago. At least one of the council members who voted no last time says he'll likely be a no if council votes on this in December, as expected.
I can't shake from my mind the residents who don't have the choice, who couldn't afford it even if they had to.
CPS made a website about its rate request with more information, including a bill estimator, so you can see just how much this may hit you. We've got a link to it on our website. Just find this story on KSAT.com. I'm Garrett Berringer, KSAT 12 News.
Let's look out there with Zoo Cam. We are looking at the flamingos right now.
Because the hippos were being bashful again?
I think so. We were supposed to look at the hippos, so I was wondering if they would come out and make an appearance, but that camera wasn't working. Okay. Or they were being bashful, Mark.
Right.
That's a possibility.
One day I want to have all three up, just so we can catch them in the act.
Yeah, we can monitor them. I like that.
Yeah, but thank you, flamingos, for showing up today.
Yes.
And the Egyptian geese, too.
Yes, always doing your job.
All right, Justin's here with an adorable KSAT Connect photo.
Yeah, we always love great pictures, and this is certainly one. Where's Fest going on? A lot of people checking it out, and There you go. That's just pure elation right there. It's good times at Worst Fest. That's a 1-year-old grandson's first visit to Worst Fest. It looks like he is having a great time. How can you not? Lots of good food, good music out there, and we appreciate the picture as always. That was sent in by Terry. As we look at the radar and satellite right now, lots of clouds. Rain is just to our north and west. Seeing a good shield of rain across the hill country, Edwards Plateau this morning, Del Rio, Eagle Pass, Rock Springs, Kerrville, Fredericksburg. All seeing some light rain at this point. We've seen a few very light showers, but the rain will start to kick in a little bit more as we head into the afternoon and evening hours. Let me show you a bigger picture here across Texas, and there is our front. It's on our doorstep. It'll be here midday, but lots of rain across North Texas. Good energy coming through Texas, and we'll see some of that here with some showers likely as we head into the afternoon. 77 noontime, that's where we peak, and then temperatures fall off after the front comes through. We dip into the 60s, 60% chance of rain into the afternoon hours, 62 at 5 o'clock. And then as we get into tonight, we'll bring rain chances up even more. 70%, temperatures in the 50s by 8 or 9 o'clock. We could pick up about a half an inch of rain, some places a little bit more if you're lucky. And this could have an effect on the evening commute. Also, Thursday night football. We've got some playoff games tonight, so be aware of that, guys.
Thank you, Justin. Quick traffic alert. We have a major accident right now on I-37. If you guys in the booth see 37 at Pine, we've got 4 lanes blocked in the northbound lanes, which also includes the shoulder due to a major accident, which was reported just about 10 minutes ago. But it doesn't look like it's showing up on any of these cameras. But again, just southeast of downtown, be advised of a major 37 north at Pine. All right, it was tough to watch last night.
It's a learning process.
And I actually took the time to tune in last night because it was an East Coast game. It was on at a fairly reasonable time here in San Antonio. And from the first whistle, from the tip last night, I just had a bad vibe. David and RJ are here.
It's the best way to describe it, Mark. Bad vibes all the way around. David's just speechless right now. I will say, you know what? Going into the game, I was excited. Devin Vassell was listed as available. Spurs had been missing him past couple games, but as you mentioned, I don't know if it was the bright lights of New York or what, but Spurs seemed definitely kind of like a deer in the headlights look early on as the Knicks came out and put it on them early.
But Wembanyama was 0 for 5 to start the game. He was throwing up some. He was building a house in New York.
Oh.
Yeah, because there's a couple of shots.
And you know what?
Like,
the broadcasters kept kind of repeating, hey, remember, folks, he's 19. Remember.
Yes. I know.
Yeah.
And we've built up a mountain.
A nice house going up. No,
we've built a mountain of expectations for him too. But I think some things to kind of point out, David. The defense. I don't know what's happened to the defense over the past couple of games.
It didn't show up for the last couple of games.
Did not show up. Pop's interview after the first quarter was pretty good. He said they had no answer for the defense.
Okay.
And go ahead.
No. I was gonna piggyback on your defense. So last night they gave up 19 threes. 19 3-pointers. This is after the game where they gave up 20 threes to Indianapolis. 20 3-pointers. Your perimeter defense is horrible. Is the problem. And they seem to me, go ahead and finish your other point.
Well, okay, here's my other thought here. We're seeing some highlights here from when we kind of got going in the second half.
Yeah.
I think the Spurs right now need to figure out this point guard situation because I think, to me, the biggest thing with him right now is that we are not seeing him get any easy looks early on, and a point guard, I get that they're doing the Jeremy Sohan experiment, but a point guard, I think, just needs to get...
Could be an experience, too.
Not a great experience right now, but a point guard would get Victor into some spots to get him going early on. I don't like the fact that he's out in the perimeter early on in these games, and we do not have a point guard getting him some easier baskets.
He shot 2 threes last night.
Yeah.
Right off the top. And next thing you know, you look up, they're down 13-0. He as he always does, he shows the flashes of brilliance. He's got to get more consistent. They need him down. I mean, he shoots, 3 to 5 threes a game, usually makes it. I'm sure he talked about how great New York was, and, it was a dream of his. That's where he got drafted and all that kind of stuff. And I'm sure he was very nervous when he started out last night. But the rest of the guys shouldn't have been nervous. They've been there before. They've played there before. And to get down 13-0 to start a game on the road in New York, it's like the losses if I don't know how people look at loss. I look at it like this: if you're getting blown out, there's something really
not good,
really bad. If you're in the game all the way to the end and they just flat out beat you at the end, then okay. If you don't make a mistake, they had 13 turnovers last night.
Yeah,
they're, in my opinion, they're going way too fast. They got to slow down.
Here's my other thing
back
too.
This thing up a little bit and slow down when they get down to the other end.
Do you guys buy this notion too that the Wemby hype train is inspiring some very mediocre teams to come out with quite a bit more fire from the get-go through all 4 quarters?
Especially when you're on the road and everybody comes to see Wemby in your home stadium. They want to get a look at this guy. He's 7'3", 7'4", 7'5", take your pick. You know, he's the new sensation in the NBA. He's a phenom. He's absolutely incredible basketball player. He's going to be one of the greatest ever as long as he stays healthy. As these years go on, and they all want to come to see it. So yes, your point's well taken. They want to come see this guy, and then all the other teams are looking around going, hey, what about us?
And that's something that even the host, Mike Breen, the play-by-play guy there, said yesterday, that a lot of these other teams seem to be getting amped up to play against Victor and the Spurs, and they want to get their highlight moments in, a block, maybe blocking him, maybe, you know, like something dunking on him, something to that nature. But yes, that's definitely been a point here we've seen early on.
All right, so we got some good news with the Spurs. They're home for 2 games.
Yes.
Here we go. Remember, they beat Phoenix back-to-back on the road, so they can play on the road. But now they're coming home for a couple of games, so maybe they can get that right. What they got to avoid is these long losing streaks. They're up to 3 now. And you don't want to see them get to 7, 8, 9, 10 games losing in a row, because that's just going to play mentally on these young guys. So they got to get one of these next 2. And Minnesota is probably a pretty good opportunity.
And it's their first game as far as the NBA in-season tournament. So they're going to have a new court out there. Things are going to look pretty good. I think they're going to wear those City Edition jerseys as well. So should be some good energy there at the Frostbank.
Is that the one, the red, white, and blue one?
No, that's the new one, the Western type.
I can do the Western one. The red, white, and blue one is blue.
Let's change the outfit and change our moves out there.
We're going to have to talk about that red, white, and blue one, man. I'm not sure about that.
RJ, David, thank you guys.
Thanks, guys.
9:39, 73 degrees. You're watching GMSA at 9.
And coming up next, we're going to be taking a look at Idea School's farm program.
And as we head to break, don't forget about the San Antonio Police Department collecting new shoes or socks for their Share the Shoes campaign. Donations are being accepted at any of the 7 SAPD substations through December 12th. Every donation will be given to a child in need of new shoes through Zapatos.
Last year's donations boosted their supply significantly. However, the need is always there. They're looking for shoes and sock sizes 9 toddler to 5 adult. And another request is for shoes for wider feet. So again, if you would like to donate for this great cause, you can do so through December 12th at any San Antonio Police Department substation. We have all this information on our website, KSAT.com. If you want to look it up, we'll be right back.
Idea Public Schools enhancing the way their students are able to get food by growing and harvesting fruits and vegetables at 12 of their locations.
KSAT producer Haley Powers takes us behind the scenes of the farm program at Idea East Side.
All right, y'all, once you've done that, come and grab a shovel.
It's amazing. It's like I'm able to be outside instead of indoors.
Kayla, along with the rest of her 8th grade class, are learning about farming this year. Idea Eastside is just one of 12 Idea public schools with a farm on their campus. Students get to grow, plant, and harvest a variety of fruits and vegetables. All the food grown goes back to the school and back to the students.
We're growing food for the cafeteria. It kind of helps ensure that we have the healthiest meals and also subsidizes their costs.
Idea Eastside is one of the few Idea schools to have a hydroponic farm on its campus.
So first we put the seeds for the lettuce in here.
Inside this converted shipping container, students take leafy green vegetables like lettuce, spinach, and kale and put them into these columns.
We make sure, we put it here and we make sure that they have like this white part.
After they are put into the columns, they are exposed to LED lighting, and water that is treated with nutrients are then pushed into the plants to help them grow.
We're farming without soil, Everything is done with just water and nutrients, and it's a very contained and highly efficient system.
For the farmers at Idea Public Schools, they say this helps students not only prepare for their future, but also gain respect for where food comes from. As for Kayla, she knows that this is just the beginning.
Do you want to eventually, when you get older, have a garden of your own?
Yes. Haley Powers, KSAT 12 News.
Well, don't be fooled by current conditions, folks, because things are still on track to change in a big way today.
Yeah, we're starting to get the rain inched a little closer, so the rain will be here pretty soon. We'll start to get some showers. As I said, it's not going to be a huge cool down. It's not like it's going to be winter-like this afternoon, but it will cool down some. We'll get some gusty winds. So something we're watching. So let's look at the impacts. Wet evening commute. I want you to keep that in mind, that high school football tonight could be rainy and somewhat windy. The morning commute tomorrow still could be a little bit wet. I think most of the rain's ending, but it's still a possibility we could have some puddles and wet roads. And you'll want to dress the kiddos warmer for school tomorrow. It will be cooler on Friday. Highs will only be around 60s. So those are kind of the main impacts that we're going to see with this front. As far as the rain goes, it's starting to move in. It's moving a little bit closer. We're noticing some showers starting to develop just to the north and west of Bexar County. I'll zoom in a little bit closer here. Right around Bernie, seeing a couple downpours now starting to take shape, and that will work in here soon. Comfort, you're seeing some light rain. Kerrville, you've been looking at some light rain through the morning, and then it becomes more steady as you move off to the north and west. So if you're traveling down I-10 west towards Junction, you'll run into light rain, and this will feed in towards San Antonio as the day wears on. We'll get more activity on the radar with our front, which right now, by the way, is in the hill country and is making its way down towards San Antonio, and that should be here by midday. We're also noticing some showers out east, Cuero over to Hallettsville, some slow-moving pop-up showers. 73 right now and cloudy at the airport. No rain yet, calm winds, and as we look at the forecast, looks like the front will be here, I'd say anytime between 11 a.m. and 2 p.m., slow moving. And then behind it, we'll get those showers kind of filling in. So 3 o'clock, more showers. Same story around dinner time into this evening. And I think even tonight, with some energy moving in, we'll get some good rain chances. Now, as far as how long that rain lasts, as I mentioned, by tomorrow morning, most of this is going away. So 5 a.m. to 7 a.m., rain starts to come to an end. Still cloudy, though, and it will be cooler and breezy all day Friday, so it'll feel a little bit cooler. KSAT 12-hour forecast. Noontime today, 77, 40% chance of rain. 2 o'clock, 68, 60% chance of rain. 60% chance through dinner time. And look at those winds starting to pick up out of the northeast, 15 to 25 miles per hour. Then we dip into the 50s tonight, 70% chance of rain, 9 o'clock towards 10 p.m. And yes, those winds won't be very strong around noontime, but by 2, 4, 5, 6 o'clock, you'll start to see those gusts pick up. And tonight, we'll probably see our strongest winds into tomorrow morning with those gusts close to 30. As far as the extended forecast, we're not done with the rain yet because we've got one storm system that brings us the rain now. We've got another one that builds in by Sunday into Monday. This is one of those cutoff lows. It'll sit there to our west Sunday into Monday. Should give us some decent lift, and we'll get some more light rain, I think, late Sunday and then again into Monday. So when you put this all together, the aggregate of all this, we could pick up close to an inch of rain, maybe more, and this is what we want, what we need. Again, tonight's our best rain chance, and then still some rain chances over the weekend. I'll point that out. Saturday, could see some showers, especially closer to the coast, and then Sunday evening rain will kick back in. So if you have weekend plans, something you want to keep in mind. 60 tomorrow, 61 Saturday, 63 Sunday. So generally cool, cloudy, damp through Monday before the sun pops back out and we warm up back into the 60s and 70s.
Justin, do you remember the running joke in the newsroom? Whenever it starts raining and we can hear it on the ceiling in the newsroom, what is the running joke?
Everyone comes to the weather department and says, hey, it's raining.
You're like, yeah, I told you 10 times during my weathercast.
And we tell them individually just to make sure that they know.
They do.
Yeah.
You guys are awesome. Thank you, Justin.
Yep.
Just about 10 till 73 degrees.
We'll be right back.
If you missed the CMAs last night, you're missing something that hasn't happened in more than a dozen years.
That's right. ABC's George Pinocchio explains what that was.
Lainey Wilson.
Lainey Wilson is the first woman to win the CMA's Entertainer of the Year since Taylor Swift won it in 2011. Wilson won 5 awards in all Wednesday night, including Album of the Year and Female Vocalist of the Year.
I'm very proud to be a part of this generation of country music. They all look different, they all sound different, they all have different stories, they all come from different places, and I think it's really important for that to be a thing.
Chris Stapleton took home the Male Vocalist of the Year prize, and Brothers Osborne won the Vocal Duo of the Year for the 6th time.
I just feel so incredibly grateful for their love and support. I mean, we've needed it for so many years, and to be here now and still have it, it's just, I don't know what to say other than I'm just very grateful.
A redo of the 1988 hit Fast Car won 2 trophies, Single of the Year for Luke Combs and Song of the Year for Tracy Chapman, who wrote it. Jelly Roll took the stage twice to perform and once to win.
But the fact that I got to bring something home is incredible, man. This doesn't happen to people like me. This doesn't happen to the people I represent and I make music for. This isn't a win for me, man. This is a win for millions of people who feel voiceless and have found a voice in my music. I represent an entire community of those who felt forgotten for years because I was one of them. You know what I mean? So anytime I win, we win, baby. My wife sat next to me. It was a date night as well. This is a date night on national TV. I watch live on 4K the rest of my life anytime I want to go to Hulu.
Jelly is clearly on a roll. In Nashville, George Pinocchio for ABC News.
Nicely done. Okay, forecast today. We'll see temperatures peak at around 77. That's noontime, and then they'll start to fall as we head into the afternoon behind that front. We'll slip into the 60s, 60% chance of rain, 70% chance overnight, then a 40% chance tomorrow morning. So just have the umbrellas, windshield wipers ready to go.
I understand we've had some movement.
Oh, I
No Shave
see.
November leaderboard.
Look at you, Justin.
All right, thank you very much. Thank
and
you, I
you
appreciate
too, Mark. Moving on up.
Yeah.
Nice.
Thank you, everybody, for donations. We hope they continue here since it's only November 9.
Yeah.
If you have not contributed, there are plenty of chances, and we're going to do the best we can to offer friendly reminders, like an easy way, and that's the QR code on your screen.
I know. Well, I told you guys today's like payday, but then I forgot to donate during my break.
Oh, that's okay.
It's going to happen. I have time.
We'll take your money
Still have
24/7.
time to donate.
To donate to Justin or Mark?
Whomever.
Or both.
It's all for a good cause. And again, just a reminder, it's raising money for cancer research, and hopefully we're moving closer to finding a cure for those cancers, and it can help.
We've got a long way to go. Our goal is $20,000. My individual goal is like $2K. And last year, I think I did so well, I bumped it up to $3, and I think I got pretty close. So.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
We got some time left. If you'd like to donate, you can go on our website too. You can find it there.
All right. I got the hint. I will donate today. You guys have a great day.
We're subtle. Very, very subtle. It's an art. Have a great day, everybody. Bye-bye.